Okay, I had to lay down because my phone cord is really short and I had to charge my phone. It was like gonna die. But I'm not trying to be disrespectful. This is part 3, by the way. So when you're in that like type of relationship, you're like with a partner or a friend or like even a group of friends or group of family members who are trying to help you get out of that like funk. And I feel like and I say funk as in like as an umbrella term for like depression and all that stuff. Um like Lindsay was, her family member, her husband was trying to help her out, her parents, her um the nanny, like all, like there's people helping her out. And that's the thing too, is like I think a big the one thing the prosecution is trying to like convey is like, oh, she was fine, like she had all this help, she had all this support, like she could have just gone to anybody. But the thing was is like the pattern that you see is that, you know first of all, the pattern of her not wanting to go back to work and being afraid that like it's like, oh, it's just like horrible for you having to go back to work, like, after postpartum. And I get that, I agree. you know and then the whole like, well, the dad was on paternity leave and he had to go back to work, and then the nanny was there, and then the in-laws were there, the parents, I forgot which one. It's like, oh, people were helping her out, but it was just like every single time, like they'd leave and she'd be not okay anymore. And it's like, yeah, of course, because what a lot of people see, and like I said, I'm not blaming people, um, because this is just kind of how the world is. It's like a lot of people don't understand that like mental health is not like getting a cut or like a broken bone, where it's like, oh, you mend it, it heals, it's done. Like some mental illnesses are forever. Some things are one, because mental health is very invisible. A lot of people don't believe you. You go through this trial and error of like trying to figure out what's wrong with you and then trying to figure out how to fix it. And sometimes it's not fixable, sometimes it's just treatable, you know what I mean? Like, um and that's what Lindsay was doing. So I think that, like, there's this misconception of like even her husband being like, well, she had one of her best days like on the day before it happened. And it was like, yeah, of course, maybe she did. Like maybe she's pretending. Maybe she wasn't. But even then, like, you can't just assume just because she's fine that she's fine, because at the end of the day, she still has 3 kids to take care of. And experiencing that type of postpartum is not just something you get over through like, oh, it just went away. Like, there wasn't really an active, like, she wasn't going through like an active treatment plan that was like, oh, this is working, if that makes any sense.